how do you delete your negativity at the board so that you don't have to waste your time in all those things? I'm talking about mindset, which wastes a lot of time, right? So maybe that is a new topic that you might be finding it from me. But what I have found is the negativity inside your mind because of insecurity, because of jealousy, and because of anger. Do you Have you ever thought of how much time it wastes on your part? And suppose you are angry, then it actually burns you out. It dissipates a lot of your energy. With what result? It only wastes your time, and at the end of it you feel spent out, right? In case of jealousy, how does it help? But think of the amount of time you spend thinking and negating within yourself as to how the other person is not good. Why you will give yourself reasons why the other person is not good, and why the other person doesn't deserve what he has got. And all the time your heart tells you that that person is more deserving. So it is a conflict going on inside you. Just for a second, whenever you feel like that, and insecurity goes hand in hand with all that thing. So whenever that thing happens, just for a moment, just for a second, just for a second, because your mind is so engrossed within those jealousy and insecurity and anger, one comes, the other also comes, right? So it will be so engrossed within that that it will not allow you to get out of that and think and see reason, right? And it will not allow you to tell yourself that yes, that person is deserving. Just for a second, tell this, and be in that moment for 5 seconds. For 5 seconds, accepting that the other person is deserving. So once you say the person is deserving, how does it affect you? It seems so foolish, right? But let us come back to that anger part, that jealousy part, the insecurity part of ours. We never allow that to be known to anybody, right? We don't want anybody to know about us in that way, that we are jealous. We try to tell ourselves, we try to defend ourselves that these thoughts are good, these thoughts are okay, these thoughts are fine. What I want to tell you is these thoughts actually waste a lot of your time. And if I say that these waste, like say, I when somebody is very angry, have you seen, have you tried talking to that person reason? So that is not the time when you say something to that person. That person will not listen. It is the time to listen out to that person, right? Listen out, show some empathy, because that person is feeling very very wretched within himself, right? And how do we judge that person? If we are that person, if we are feeling anger, jealousy, and all that, how do we deal with it? So the moment they have given one formula, right? The moment you feel that, you just say Ram 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 10 times, or say you um, count 10 to 1, ulta, the reverse way, because in that process your focus will go from yourself to that process, right? And in that process you will feel relieved. That is the reason why these processes are given to you, right? So always try to focus to nip that board, that anger, jealousy in the beginning. So suddenly it will not happen. If you are an angry person, it will not happen right now that you can do it at once. It will not. It requires a slow process of telling yourself the truth bit by bit. Whatever sentences that come to you, whatever sentences that come to you during your anger, can you write it down? If you write it down, then what will happen is, just be honest with yourself, because whatever you are writing down, nobody else is going to see, only you are going to see that, right? If you can see what I am trying to say, if you write down the exact thing that you write down, then you will see it is 50% incorrect, whatever you are saying. But the other 50% that is correct, it will allow you to accept the thing, right? What happens when the other person is deserving? Does it make you less deserving? Whatever the other person has quality in himself or herself, does it make you less qualified? Of course, there will be a possibility of how you will be evaluated yourself, how will be evaluated by others, but that is again the problem of another person. You always have within your mind, like say, this world you need to build around yourself, where you are growing all the time. See, how the other person perceive you is something circumstantial. You cannot help that. You cannot prove the other person wrong. The moment you try to prove the other person wrong, that is when you actually give yourself in. You allow yourself to be attacked by another person, because the other person will never accept you, never accept you to win. The way you are thinking that the other person should not win, the other person also thinking that you should not win. What happens? Lot of wastage of time, right? So should you focus here? Might be you don't need to train the other person. You don't have the supremacy over a certain subject. Can you give it up and move ahead? Just give the responsibility to other person who is more capable in handling that, and take up something where your presence is required. Can you do that? I find these are the function of four things. One is the perception, second is the action, third is the habit, and fourth is aptitude. It might be in the order of different things. The The first thing is your perception. Always perception is the first thing. Whatever you are perceive, if it is negative, let us try and change that to a positive perception. In Art of Living, they say, don't put an intention behind anybody's action. What do they mean? They mean that you should not put an intention, and there is no reason why the other person is acting or behaving like that. You say that it is something good for you. If you start doing that, then automatically lot of things change. Your vibration changes. The other person is able to see you as a positive person. You are coming from uh, another perspective rather than this negative perspective. Go to a positive space within your mind, and the entire thing starts changing. You will be surprised. And this the moment you say something. My father used to do this exercise a lot with me. I used to be very angry person. So the moment I say something very negative, then he will say something positive about that. This also will happen. This also is happening. This you should take care. This you should learn here. Why not give up this thing? Why are you worried? Let the other person do whatever that person thinks to be okay. So you can give yourself all this kind. Mind you, this is not something which you can do on your own and expect result immediately. But if there is a well wisher whom you can respect, you can start this with him. See, the external circumstances may not be showing your growth, but they will slowly, it is kind of heat absorption, they will start absorbing your positive vibration little by little, bit by bit, and it grows your personality within their mind. So this is an exercise you need to do along with your mentor. That is where I come in, and I offer you to listen to you empathetically, and while you are focusing on the other person's strength and having jealousy, I'll focus on your strength and try to find out your strength which will counter this jealousy, because you don't need to be jealous about the other person, because the other person also is jealous about you. If at all he is jealous, he or she is jealous. If he doesn't appear jealous, it doesn't mean he or she is not jealous. You know, they they also see you in a very high perspective as you are seeing them. One way is to respect for the other person's qualities. The other way is to be jealous and insecure about this. If you are respectful, you will utilize, leverage that person's positive qualities as well. If you are negative, you will only burn yourself, right? So, again, I repeat, this you need to do along with a mentor, because yourself it will appear very futile, I'll say, right? So I invite you to my mentorship, and where I'll help you get over this negativity and get ahead with your strengths, so that you can grow further. You might be having lot of strengths which you don't know or you don't value much. That is why insecurity, right? So this is what I wanted to say. This is the main thing why lot of time gets wasted. You think a lot, you imagine a lot, and you do nothing. In inaction, you waste a lot of time. So that is the first thing. At the end of the 5 days, when you do everything to manage your time, you will see still your time is not managed, because it gets wasted in such things which are not action but just whiling away your time. So if it is happening like that, then this is where I come in and help you out. I hope all of you to register to the link that I give, so that you come in and we will have a session with you and get rid of this. This is not about time management challenge only. It starts with time management, but it goes on to other things as well. Your mindset, the way you behave with other people, your leadership thing, your aptitude, the way you are admired, the way you are working towards your vision, and all those things. So see you out there. Thank you for watching. Mm, Chandrakant, thank you. Sujit, thank you. Are you here? Sujit and Chandrakant, are you here? If you are here, I expect you to put a question or some comment out here so that I know you are here. Are you here? Sujit, your your chance to ask a question. Let me see that you are here. Put a question, please. If no question, then I'll conclude this session. Chandrakant? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming live here.